Lila Morgan and Elliot Hart. The door that shouldn't exist. March 1994. If you ever find a door standing by itself in the middle of nowhere, don't open it. I wish someone had told me that sooner. My name is Lila Morgan. I travel through time. My friend Elliot Hart remembers every timeline that's ever existed, even the ones erased forever. After the faceless man warned us about another version of me destroying reality, we made one promise. No more time travel, not unless we had no choice. That promise lasted 3 days. Elliot called me just after midnight. I found something, he whispered. What? A door? What do you mean, a door? A wooden door, standing in the middle of an empty field. I thought he was joking. Then he said something that made my blood run cold. It has your pocket watch carved into it. 20 minutes later, I met him outside town. There it was. No house, no walls. Just an old oak door standing upright in the grass, beneath a full moon. There wasn't even a frame holding it up. It simply existed. Across the front were words scratched into the wood. For timelines that refuse to die. Elliot looked at me. We should leave. I nodded. Instead, I reached for the handle. The moment it opened, freezing air rushed past us. Not cold like winter, cold like an abandoned hospital. On the other side wasn't another field. It was a long hallway lined with hundreds of identical doors. Every door had a date. 1891, 1994, 2037. Some had names, others had only a single word. Regret. One door stood slightly open. It had my name written across it. Lila Morgan. Before I could stop him, Elliot pushed it open. Inside was my apartment. Everything looked normal, until we saw ourselves. Another Lila, another Elliot. Laughing, making coffee, talking about plans for the future. They look happy, Elliot whispered. Then someone knocked. 3 slow knocks. The other me looked terrified. She opened the door anyway. The faceless man stood outside, but instead of attacking, he handed her a photograph. She looked at it, and burst into tears. Then she turned to Elliot. I don't remember you. Our Elliot grabbed my arm. Close the door. I couldn't move. The other Elliot smiled sadly. He looked directly at us. Not through us. At us. I know you're watching, he said. We made the same mistake. Before we could react, every light in the apartment went out. The faceless man slowly stepped aside. Something much taller was standing behind him. It had no shape, only shifting darkness. The walls of the apartment began folding inward like paper. The other, Lila screamed. The other Elliot reached for her hand. Then both of them disappeared. The room emptied. The apartment had never existed. I slammed the door shut. The hallway shook. Every other door began opening at once. Thousands of voices echoed through the corridor. Some were laughing, some were crying, and every single one of them was my voice. Elliot stared down the endless hallway. Then he whispered the one sentence I hoped I'd never hear. Lila, we're not the original timeline. Before I could answer, every door slammed shut at the exact same time, all except one, at the very end of the hallway. Its handle slowly turned, and, from the darkness beyond, someone called my name, not in my voice, not in Elliot's, but in the voice of the little girl from 1956, who had once warned me, don't let the house remember your face. I hadn't seen her in almost 40 years, yet somehow, she hadn't aged a single day. To be continued.